Good evening, friends. You are most welcome to Civil Affairs channel. Today we are going to discuss Ghatnachakra Samsamayiki Current Affairs Drishti Yearly 2024. Let's begin the topic. Our topic is Points to Remember (PTR). On January 10, 2024, 10th edition of Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2024 at Mahatma Mandir, Gandhinagar was inaugurated by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. The theme of this year's summit is Gateway to the Future. The Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade (DPIIT) is organizing the Startup India Innovation Week 2024 from 10 January to 18 January 2024. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the 27th National Youth Festival on 12th January in Nasik, Maharashtra. Where is Atmanirbhar Bharat Utsav 2024 being organized? Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. Who has been appointed as the Vice Chief of the Indian Naval Staff? Vice Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi. In which city the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh inaugurated the 5-day Winter Carnival? Manali. Which wildlife sanctuary was recently included in Swadesh Darshan 2.0 scheme? Dabrigarh Wildlife Sanctuary, Dabrigarh Wildlife Sanctuary, in which state Rahat Vani Kendra was inaugurated for early disaster warning, Uttar Pradesh, which is the first company to achieve ISCC Plus certification, Reliance Industries, who has recently been appointed as chairman of the Supreme Court Legal Services Committee, Justice B.R. Gavai, who inaugurated the NCC Republic Day Camp 2024, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar. How many crores of rupees has the central government allocated for the Prithvi Vigyan scheme? 4,797 crore rupees. The Ministry of Textiles and the National Technical Textiles Mission (NTTM) is organizing a hackathon on schedule between 26 to 29 Feb 2024 titled as Fostering Innovations in Technical Textiles Hackathon for Unleashing Creativity in Technical Textiles under Bharat Text 2024. Golden Globes Award 2024. The 81st annual Golden Globe Awards were held January 7, 2024 at the Beverly Hilton in Los Angeles. Stand-up comedian and actor Joe Coy hosted the show for the first time. Here are the list. Best Supporting Female Actor, Motion Picture, The Vine, Joy Randolph, The Holdovers. Best Supporting Male Actor, Motion Picture, Robert Downey, Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. Best Screenplay Motion Picture, Justin Trient and Arthur Harari, Anatomy of a Fall. Best Picture, Non-English Language, Anatomy of a Fall. Best Picture Animated, The Boy and Heron. Best Director, Motion Picture, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer. Best Female Actor, Motion Picture, Musical Comedy, Emma Stone, Poor Things. Best Male Actor, Motion Picture, Drama, Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. Best Score Motion Picture, Ludwig Göransson, Oppenheimer. Best Song Motion Picture, What Was I Made For? By Billie Eilish O'Connell and Phineas O'Connell for Barbie. Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Barbie. Best Musical or Comedy Series The Bear. Best Drama Series Succession. Best Male Actor Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy Paul Giamatti. The Holdovers. The Best Picture, Musical or Comedy, Poor Things. The Best Female Actor, Motion Picture, Drama, Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Best Picture, Drama, Oppenheimer. Where did Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur inaugurates the beach games? Ghogla Beach. Cardial saris belongs to which state which recently got GI tag West Bengal Cardial sari? Who has been appointed as the managing director of National Asset Reconstruction Company, P. Santosh? Who will be awarded Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puruskar 2023 for corporate social responsibility, that is CSR, Odisha Mining Corporate Limited, OMCL. The Board of Control for Cricket in India has banned which Odisha cricketer for 2 years? Sumit Sharma. Which product from Arunachal Pradesh has received the geographical indication GI tag Vancho Wooden Craft? Simplipal Kai Chutney, which in January 2024 obtained the geographical indication GI tag, is associated with which Indian state? Odisha. Simplified Kai chutney, basically it is the chutney of red ant which is found in the tree of Odisha Bhitarkanika National Park region, Simplipal National Park region. Which city emerged as the best city for women in India in 2023 according to Avatar Group's Top Cities for Women in India TCWI 2023 study? Chennai. Which in the main reasons cited by the government for ending the free movement regime FMR along the India Myanmar border and implementing a smart fencing system to curb the misuse of FMR free movement regime by insurgent groups and address security concerns. What is the investment amount committed by NHPC Limited for the Kuppa pumped hydro storage project in Gujarat as per the Memorandum of Understanding signed with the Gujarat Power Corporation Limited GPCL, that is rupees 4000 crore rupees? What was the category with the highest number of complaints against women in 2023 according to the National Commission for Women NCW data? Right to dignity, harassment other than domestic violence. Which state recently become the first state to map all accident black spots on the Mapples app? Punjab. Shirsendhu Mukhopadhyay, who recently won the 2023 Kuvempu Rashtriya Puruskar, is a prolific writer of which language? Bengali language. Who has been appointed by the central government as the chairman of the 16th Finance Commission? Arvind Pangadia. Who inaugurated the Kochi Lakshadweep Island submarine optical fiber connection? PM Narendra Modi. Joint military exercise Desert Cyclone is conducted between India and the United Arab Emirates UAE. For how many years has India started its tenure as the member of the United Nations Statistical Commission? 4 years. Who has recently been appointed as the new Chief Secretary of Rajasthan? Sudhansh Pant. Who has been appointed as the new Chairman and Managing Director of the Power Grid Corporation? Ravindra Kumar Tyagi. Who recently took command of Chetak Corps as General Officer Commanding Lieutenant General Nagendra Singh, who recently got MS Swaminathan Award awarded to BR Kamboj. Which player won the title of Scottish Junior Open Squash Under 19? Anahat Singh. India's first submarine tourism will be started in which state? Gujarat, who has been appointed as its new managing director by skincare brand Nivea India Geetika Mehta, who has recently assumed the charge of Chief of Material in the Navy, Kiran Deshmukh. In which city of Uttar Pradesh did Defense Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurates the first Sainik school for girls, Mathura? In the state of Mathura of Uttar Pradesh, Rajnath Singh, the Minister of Defense, inaugurates the first Sainik school for girls, who has been made a special envoy for peace in Afghanistan by United Nations Security Council, Hamid Karzai, who has been appointed as the Director General of Fire Service, Civil Defense and Home Guards, Vivek Srivastava, who has recently taken charge as the Controller of Warship Production and Procurement in the Navy, Admiral B. Shivkumar, where was Jal Itihas Utsav organized under the aegis of the Ministry of Jal Shakti, 1st December 2023, Shamsi Talab, Jahaj Mahal, Delhi, where was the first Indian Art, Architecture and Design Biennale, Biennale IAADB 2023 held at New Delhi 9 to 15 December 2023. At New Delhi, the first Indian Art, Architecture and Design Biennale IAADB 2023 held at 9 to 15 December 2023, which MP has been disqualified from Lok Sabha in the cash for query case 8 December 2023, that is TMC Sansad, TMC Member of Parliament Mahua Moitra, which institute released first Delta ranking for aspirational block program 7 December 2023, Niti Aayog. Top 2 blocks are Taryani, Telangana, Kaushambi, Uttar Pradesh, where Infinity Forum 2.0 was organized virtually 9 December 2023, GIFT City, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. The first woman medical officer to be deployed at Siachen, the world's highest battlefield, 5 December 2023, Captain Geetika Kaul, which Indian Institute was awarded the Green University Award in COP28 December 2023 IIT Mandi, which state was awarded the Century Asia Award for Best Sustainable Wildlife Tourism State 5 December 2023, that is Madhya Pradesh. National Affairs, Current Affairs Notes focus on the country's political, social, religious, educational events and various ministries, political and national affairs. Assembly election in 5 states 2023. On October 9, 2023, the Election Commission announced the assembly elections which took place in the states of Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Telangana, and Mizoram on different days from November 7 to 30, 2023, and votes were counted for the 5 states on December 3, 2023. For Mizoram only, there was the date of 4 December 2023. The results of 4 states Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Telangana poll were announced on December 3, 2023. Madhya Pradesh Assembly election voting for the 230 Assembly constituencies of Madhya Pradesh took place on November 17, 2023. The tenure of the 15th Assembly of Madhya Pradesh was about to end on January 6, 2024. Of these, 35 seats are reserved for scheduled caste and 47 seats are reserved for scheduled tribes. A total of 77.15% voting was recorded. The Bharatiya Janata Party recorded victory in the Madhya Pradesh election, bagging 163 seats in the 230-seater assembly. Meanwhile, Congress won 66 seats and Bharat Adivasi Party tested its maiden win. 27 women MLAs were declared elected in the state in the elections of 2023 Mohanlal Yadav, a minister in the previous Shivraj Singh Chauhan government, that was Shiksha minister, that was education minister, took charge as the Madhya Pradesh chief minister on December 13, 2023 in Bhopal in a grand event that was attended by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Amit Shah and the others. Jagdish Deora and Rajen Shukla, our Deputy Chief Minister Narendra Singh Tomar, has been appointed as the Speaker of the Assembly. Rajasthan Assembly elections. The tenure of Rajasthan Legislative Assembly is scheduled to end on 14 January 2024. Legislative Assembly elections were held in Rajasthan on 25th November 2023 to elect 199 of the 200 members of Rajasthan Legislative Assembly. Of these, 34 seats are reserved for scheduled caste and 25 seats are reserved for scheduled tribes. A total of 74.62% voting was recorded. Bharatiya Janata Party was successful in winning 115 seats, 41.69% out of 199 seats in the state. A total of 20 women were declared elected. Party wise result: Bharatiya Janata Party BJP 115, Indian National Congress INC 69, IND 8, BHRTA, DVSIP, Bharat Adivasi 3 and BSP 2. Bhajanlal Sharma Bhajanlal Sharma took oath as the new Chief Minister of Rajasthan, first time MLA from Sanganer on December 15, 2023. Driya Kumari and Premchand Bhairava were sworn in the Deputy Chief Ministers. Chhattisgarh Assembly election. The date of expiry of the tenure of the 5th Assembly of the Chhattisgarh was scheduled on January 3rd, 2024. Assembly elections were held in Chhattisgarh in two phases on 7 November and 17 November 2023 to elect all 90 members of Chhattisgarh Legislative Assembly. Of these, 10 seats are reserved for scheduled caste SCs and 29 seats are reserved for scheduled tribes STs. The mascot for Chhattisgarh Assembly election was Chunai Chera, Chunai Chirai. A total of 76.31% voting was recorded. Bharatiya Janata Party BJP won the majority in the state, defeating the ruling Indian National Congress INC. A total of 19 women were declared elected. Bharatiya Janata Party 90 contested, won 54, vote percentage 46.27%. INC Indian National Congress 90 contested, won 35, vote percentage 42.23%. Gondwana Ganatantra Party contested 32 seats and won 1 seat. Vishnudev Sai took oath as the new Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh in a ceremony organized in Raipur on December 3, 2023. He is the fourth Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh as an individual. Vishnudev Sai is the first tribal chief minister of the Chhattisgarh. Arun Sao and Vijay Sharma appointed as deputy chief minister. Former chief minister of Chhattisgarh Raman Singh has been appointed speaker of the assembly. Mizoram assembly election. The date of expiry of the tenure of 8th Assembly of Mizoram was scheduled on December 17, 2023. Legislative Assembly election was held in Mizoram on 7 November 2023 to elect all 40 members of Mizoram Legislative Assembly. There are a total of 40 seats in the Mizoram Assembly. Of these, 39 seats are reserved for scheduled tribes. The state election saw 80.66 voters turnout. The votes were counted on 4th December 2023, which showed the Joram People's Movement ZPM victory, winning 27 seats out of 40. ZPM leader Lal Duhoma was sworn in the Chief Minister of Mizoram on December 8, 2023. Joram People's Movement 27 seats won, vote percentage 37.86. Mizo National Front 10 seats won, vote percentage 35.10. Bharatiya Janata Party 2 seats won, vote percentage 5.06. Indian National Congress 1 seat won, vote percentage 20.82. Telangana Assembly elections. The date of expiry of the term of the Second Assembly of Telangana is scheduled for January 16, 2024. Legislative Assembly elections were held in Telangana on November 30, 2023 to elect the all 119 members of Telangana Legislative Assembly for its third term. Of, of these, 19 seats are reserved for scheduled caste, 12 seats are reserved for scheduled tribes. Total 71.34% voting was recorded. The Indian National Congress INC, with its ally Communist Party of India CPI, won a clear majority with 65 seats against the incumbent Bharat Rashtra Samiti BRS 39 seats. Anumula Revanth Reddy was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Telangana at the Lal Bahadur Stadium in Hyderabad on December 7, 2023. Bhatti Vikramarka Bhatti Vikramarka took oath as the Deputy Chief Minister. Party-wise result: Indian National Congress INC 64 seat, BHRS 39 seats, Bharatiya Janata Party BJP 8 seats. Article 370. Let's discuss about that Article 370. A constitution bench, 5 judges of the Supreme Court on December 11, 2023, unanimously upheld the power of the President to abrogate Article 370 in August 2019, leading to the reorganizing of the all full-fledged state of Jammu and Kashmir to two union territories and denuding it of its special privileges. Key highlights and court's verdict. The court noted that Jammu Kashmir was listed as a Part 3 state in the Indian Constitution and Section 3 of Jammu and Kashmir Constitution declared it an integral part of India. The court ruled Article 370 as a temporary transitional provision based on historical context and its placement in Part 21 of the Constitution. S.R. Bommai case 1994 laid down the power of the President to dissolve a state under Article 356. The court held that the President's action could be deemed lawful if it is not a malified or an irrational act. On August 5, 2019, President Ramnath Kovind issued CO Circular 272 amending Article 367 and redefining Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir as the Legislative Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir. The court upheld this process with stating that post dissolution of Jammu and Kashmir's Constituent Assembly, the President could have unilaterally abrogated Article 370. The interpretation of the court's verdict suggests that Parliament can change the state's status under the President's rule. Our next topic is international affairs, current affairs. Overview of the global socio-political events and activities of international organization. International relations. India-Oman bilateral meet. On December 16, 2023, Sultan of Oman, His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq visited India on an official state visit. It was first such visit of sovereign of Sultan in India in last 25 years. Joint Vision Partnership. India and Oman have adopted the India-Oman Joint Vision Partnership for the future, setting the stage for bilateral cooperation and charting pathways for the future collaboration between the two countries. This vision document focuses on building partnership in broadly 8 to 10 areas. These include maritime cooperation and connectivity, energy security, space, digital payments, health, tourism, hospitality, agriculture, and food security. Bilateral meet highlights bilateral agreements signed on IT cooperation, combating financial crimes, culture, and establishing an ICCR Hindi chair in Oman. Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement SEPA, ongoing discussion with substantial progress for a SEPA to enhance economic ties. Oman India Investment Fund, announcement of the third tranche of the US dollar 300 million Oman India Investment Fund for key sectors in the Indian economy. Digital payment and trade, exploring collaboration between India's UPI and an Omani platform for digital payments, considering the possibility of conducting trade in rupees. Regional and international issues, leaders discussed global matters including the Hamas Israel conflict, advocated for a two state solution to address the Palestine issue, and there is a free trade agreement between Oman and India. India Russia bilateral meet during 25 to 29 December 2023. The External Affairs Minister of India visited Russia for the bilateral meet where both the countries signed agreements on nuclear power and in areas of medicine, pharmaceutical substances, and medical devices. Key highlights of the India Russia bilateral meeting: economic collaboration, emphasis on strategic collaboration in defense, space exploration, nuclear energy, and technology sharing. Agreement to expand exports of Russian hydrocarbons to the Indian market, finalized cooperation programs in the Far East with plans for an early EAEU India FTA negotiation meeting. Nuclear power plants agreement, signed agreement for future units of the Kundankulam nuclear power plant project in Tamil Nadu. India operates two Russian built nuclear plants with four more under construction. Kundankulam, India's largest nuclear power plant, began construction in March 2002 with the first unit operating at full capacity. Since February 2016, full operational capacity is expected by 2027. Diplomatic initiatives, discussion on collaborative efforts, and shared interest in multilateral forums like BRICS, SU, and United Nations affairs. Indian Navy has hijacked ship in Arabian Sea. In recent incidents in the Arabian Sea, the Malta-flagged vessel MV Ruin was hijacked by pirates. The Indian Navy swiftly intervened from its strategic Gulf of Aden location, intercepting the vessel en route to the Somali coast. The European Union Naval Force EU NAVFOR EU NAVFOR EU NAVFOR Operation Atalanta joined efforts in the anti-piracy operation. Maritime piracy overview defined by Article 101 of the UN clause. Piracy involves acts of violence, detention, or depredation for personal gain on the high seas or outside any state's jurisdiction. Considered a serious maritime crime, piracy is subject to international laws. Noteworthy pirate activities zones include Northwest Africa, Gulf of Guinea, Red Sea, Somalia, Horn of Africa, Gulf of Aden, Indian Ocean, Indian subcontinent, and Southeast Asia. Global Initiative Against Maritime Piracy, United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UN Clause, or we can say UNCLAUSE, establishes a legal framework for combating piracy, emphasizing international cooperation in addressing maritime threats. Operation Prosperity Guardian, initiated by the United States, it is a multinational security initiative ensuring Red Sea security. Convention for the Suppression of Unlawful Acts Against the Safety of Maritime Navigation 1988, a multilateral treaty adopted in 1988 at the SUA Convention in Rome, aims to take appropriate action against those committing unlawful acts against ship. Combined Maritime Forces CMF, a multinational naval partnership focusing on defeating terrorism, preventing piracy, fostering regional cooperation, and promoting a secure maritime environment, includes 39 member nations, among them India. Migration and Mobility Agreement between India and Italy. On 27 December 2023, Union Cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi gave its ex post facto approval to the proposal of Ministry of External Affairs to sign and ratify the Migration and Mobility Agreement between the Government of the Republic of India and the Government of the Italian Republic. Objective: the primary objective of the agreement between India and Italy is to fortify collaboration on matters concerning irregular migration while fostering stronger people to people ties. It facilitates mobility across diverse segments, including students, skilled workers, business persons, and young professionals. The overreaching goal is to encourage exchange and collaborations, promoting a more robust relationship between the two nations. Key provisions: temporary residence for Indian students, allow graduates temporary residency in Italy up to 12 months. For professional exposure, post academic or vocational training, reserved quotas for workers, sets quotas for non seasonal and seasonal Indian workers with a specified range for 2023 to 25 under the flows decree. Implementation agreement span 5 years, automatically renewable. Joint Working Group JWG oversees implementation, meeting periodically to assess progress and propose effective measures. India Bhutan to discuss new routes of regional connectivity. King of Bhutan Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk visited during India's November 3 to 10, 2023. Key highlights: regional connectivity India and Bhutan to explore a 58-kilometer cross-border rail link between Gelfu, Bhutan to Kokrajhar, Assam, and an 18-kilometer rail link between Samaste, Bhutan and Banarhat, West Bengal. Trade and Connectivity Agreement to extend Bhutanese trade routes from Haldibari, West Bengal to Chilahati, Bangladesh to boost trade opportunities. Immigration checkpost designation of Daranga Samdrup Jongkhar as an immigration checkpost to facilitate the entry and exit of nationals, including third country nationals, promoting tourism. Support of Bhutanese SEZ project. India commits support for Bhutan's Special Economic Zone SEZ project through infrastructure development at Dadgiri, Assam and Gelefu. Development assistance. India's pledges continued support for Bhutan's socio-economic development, focusing on the 13th five-year plan, launching India's global route, launching, launching India's global role. Bhutan praises India's successful G20 summit organization, highlighting India's dedication to global South interest. Economic affairs. Overview on the events of economic importance in country and abroad and the activities of economic organizations. current affairs notes, a fiscal and monetary affairs, first advance estimates of the national income 2023-24. On January 5, 2024, the National Statistical Office NSO Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has published the first advance estimates FAE of national income for the financial year 2023-24, both at constant 2011-12 and current prices. Key highlights: real GDP or GDP at constant 2011-12 prices in the year 2023-24 is estimated to attain a level of rupees 171.79 lakh crore as against the provisional estimate of GDP for the year 2023 22-23 of 160.06 lakh crore rupees. The growth in real GDP during 2023-24 is estimated at 7.3% as compared to 7.2% in 2022-23. Nominal GDP or GDP at current prices in the year 2023-24 is estimated at rupees 296.58 lakh crores as against the provisional estimates of GDP for the year 2023 22-23 of rupees 272.41 lakh crore. The growth in nominal GDP during 2023-24 is estimated at 8.9% as compared to 16.1% in 2022-23. Statement: first advance estimates of national income and expenditure components of GDP 2022-23, 23-24 at the base year of 2011-12. Here there are items: real estimates, projected estimates, and advance estimates, future advance estimates 2021-22, 22-23, 23-24. Percentage change over previous year, rupees in crore 2022-23 and 23-24. Just we will see here the items. Items are domestic product GVA at basic price, net taxes on product, gross domestic product GDP, net domestic product NDP, national product gross national income GNI, net national income NNI, per capita income product and final consumption, population in million, per capita GDP in rupee, per capita GNI in rupee, per capita NNI in rupee, and per capita PFCE in rupee. RE for revised estimates, P for provisional estimate, FE for first advance estimate, not future advance estimate, that is first advance estimate. GDP at the rate GDP production or income approach is equal to GV at basic price but plus national net taxes on products. GDP production or income approach equal to GVA gross value added at basic price plus net taxes on products. Following expenditure approach, GDP is equal to PFCE plus GFCE plus GFCF plus CIS plus valuable plus export minus import or discrepancy refers to gap between GDP production income approach and GDP expenditure approach, relates to mid financial year. Statement 2: first advance estimate of national income and expenditure components of GDP 2023-24 at current prices. Here you can see everything. Let's move to 16th Finance Commission. Recently, the Union Cabinet, chaired by the Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, has approved the terms of reference for the 16th Finance Commission. About terms of reference for the 16th Finance Commission, approved on 29 November 2023, approved by Union Cabinet, chaired by the Prime Minister. The 16th Finance Commission recommendations would cover the period of 5 years commencing April 1st, 2026. Chairman of 16th Finance Commission Dr. Arvind Pangadia for former Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog will be the Chairman of 16th Finance Commission. The 15th Finance Commission was constituted on November 27, 2017. The recommendation of the 15th Finance Commission are valid up to the financial year 2025-26. Terms of references for the 16th Finance Commission. The Finance Commission shall make recommendations as the following matters, namely the distribution between the Union and the states of the net proceeds of the taxes which are to be or may be divided between them under Chapter 1, Part 12 of the Constitution, and the allocation between the states of the respective shares of such proceeds, the principles which should govern the grant in aid of the revenues of the states out of the Consolidated Fund of India, and the sums to be paid to the states by way of the grants in aid in their revenues under Article 275 of the Constitution for the purpose other than those specified in the provision to clause 1 of that article. The Commission shall make its report available by 31st day of the October 2025, covering a period of 5 years commencing on the first day of the April 2026. 15th Finance Commission. The 15th Finance Commission was constituted on 27 November 2017 for making recommendations for a 5-year period of 2020-21 and to 2024-25. The 15th Finance Commission made its recommendations for a 6-year period from 2020-21 to 2025-26. Union Budget 2023-24. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented the Budget 2023-24 on 1st February 2023 in the Parliament. GDP. The government has estimated a nominal GDP growth rate, real growth plus inflation, of 10.5% in 2023-24. Fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit target of 6.4% achieved in the revised estimate for financial year 2022-23. Fiscal deficit in 2023-24 is targeted at 5.9% of the GDP. Expenditure. The government purposes government propose to spend 45 lakh 3097 crore rupees in 2023-24, which is an increase of 7.5% over the revised estimate of 2023 over the revised estimate of 2022-23. Expenditure. The government proposed to spend 45 lakh 3097 crore rupees in 2023-24, which is an increase of 7.5% over the revised estimate of 2022-23. The center gave a boost to infrastructure development and earmarked 10 lakh crore rupees as capital expenditure for financial year 2023-24. This is 33% higher than the 7.5 lakh crore rupees allocated in the fiscal 2022-23 year. What is the fiscal deficit? Fiscal deficit is the difference between the government's total expenditure and its total receipt, including excluding borrowing. Fiscal deficit is the difference between the government's total expenditure and its total receipts excluding borrowing. Gross fiscal deficit is equal to total expenditure minus revenue receipt plus non-debt creating capital receipts. Rupees comes from 34% from borrowing and other liabilities, 17% from goods and services tax and other taxes GST, 15% from corporation tax, 15% from income tax, 7% from union excise duties, 6% from non-tax receipts, 4% from custom, and 2% from non-debt capital receipts. Rupees goes to 20% to interest payment, 18% to state share of taxes and duties, 17% to central sector scheme, 9% to finance commission and other transfers and centrally sponsored schemes 9%, 8% to defense, 7% to subsidies, 8% to defense, 8% to other expenditures, 7% to subsidies, and 4% to pensions. Persons with annual income up to 7 lakh will not have to pay any tax. Also, number of slabs in the tax structure introduced in 2020 has been reduced to 5. Important highlights of the budget 2023-24 total expenditure. The government is estimated to expend or to spend 45 lakh 3097 crore rupees in 2023-24. This is an increase of 7.5% over the revised estimate of 2022-23. Out of total expenditure, revenue expenditure is estimated to be rupees 35,236 crore, 1.2% increase, and capital expenditure is estimated to be 10 lakh 961 crore rupees, 37.4% increase. Total receipt Total receipts, government receipts excluding borrowings, are estimated to be 27 lakh 16,281 crore rupees, an increase of 11.7% over the revised estimate of 2022-23. Breakup of the central government receipts in 2023-24. Indirect taxes. The total indirect tax collections are estimated to be rupees 15 lakh 29,200 crore in 2023-24. Of this, the government has estimated to raise rupees 9 lakh 56,600 crores from GST. Corporation tax. The collection from the taxes on companies are expected to increase by 10.5% in 2023-24. In 2022-23, corporate tax collection is expected to be 16% higher than the budget estimate 7,20,000 crore rupees. Income tax. The collection from the income tax are also expected to increase by 10.5% in 2023-24 to rupees 9 lakh 575 crore rupees. Income tax collection is expected to be 16.4% higher than the budget estimate in 2023-23. Non-tax receipt. Non-tax revenue consists mainly of interest receipts on loans given by the center, dividends, license fees, tolls, and charges for government services. In 2023-24, non-tax revenue is expected to increase by 15% over the revised estimate of 2022-23. Disinvestment target. The disinvestment target for 2023-24 is 51,000 crore rupees, a marginal increase by 2% of estimate of 2022-23. Breakup of central government expenditure in 2023-24 table. Ministry wise expenditure in 2023-24 rupees in crore. Actuals are 21-22. Budget 22-23. Revised estimate 2022-23, budgeted 2023-24, and percentage change 2022-23 revised estimate to 2023-24 budget estimate. Sectors are defense sector, road transport and highway, railways, food and public distribution, home affairs, chemicals and fertilizers, rural development, agriculture and farmers welfare, communication, education, Jal Shakti Mantralay, health and family welfare, housing and urban affairs, other ministries and total expenditure. Sources are expenditure budget, union budget 2023-24. Everything is here, you can see and match the following. After that, we will discuss expenditure on subsidies. In 2023, the total expenditure on subsidies is estimated to be 4,03,084 crore rupees, a decrease of 28.3% from the revised estimate of 2022-23. Food subsidy allocation to food subsidy is estimated at rupees 1,97,350 crore in 2023-24, a 31.3% decrease over the revised estimate of 2023. Fertilizer subsidy expenditure on fertilizer subsidy is estimated at 1,75,100 crore rupees in 2023-24. This is a decrease of 50,120 crore, 22.3% from the revised estimate of 2022-23. Deficits, fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit in 2023-24 is targeted at 5.9% of GDP, lower than the revised estimate of 6.4% of GDP in 2022-23. Revenue deficit, the excess of expenses over receipts on revenue account is called revenue deficit. Revenue deficit is equal to revenue expense minus revenue receipt. Revenue deficit is targeted at 2.9% of GDP. In the budget estimate of 2023-24, it is 4.1% of GDP in revised estimate of 2022-23. Effective revenue deficit is the difference between revenue deficit and grant to states for creation of capital assets. Effective revenue deficit in the budget estimates of 2023-24 is 1.7% of GDP, while it is 2.9% of GDP in revised estimate of 2022-23. Primary deficit is defined as the difference between the fiscal deficit and the previous year interest payment of the government. Primary deficit in the budget estimate 2023-24 is 2.3% of GDP, while it is 3% of GDP in revised estimate of 2022-23. Fiscal responsibility and budget management targets. The Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management (FRBM) Act 2003 requires the central government to progressively reduce its outstanding debt, revenue deficit and fiscal deficit, and give 3-year rolling targets. In the budget speech, the finance minister reiterated the government's aim to reduce fiscal deficit to below 4.5% of GDP by 2025-26. Fiscal deficit, revenue deficit and primary deficits. Fiscal deficit actuals 2021-23 6.7%, revised 2022-23 6.4%, budgeted 2023-24 5.9%. Revenue deficit actuals 2021-22 4.4%, revised 2023-24 4.1%, budgeted 2023-24 2.9%. Primary deficit actuals 2021-22 3.3%, revised 2022-23 3%, budgeted 2023-24 2.3%. Source: Medium Term Fiscal Policy Statement, Union Budget 2023-24. After that, we will discuss science and technology affairs, current affairs notes, bird's eye view on the latest developments related to defense, space, and medicine, etc. SpaceX to launch GSAT 20. On January 3rd, 2023, the government run New Space India Limited NSIL, ISRO's commercial arm, had announced that its newest communication satellite GSAT 20 would be flying on American firm SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. This is the first time that the Indian government satellite would be flying on Elon Musk rocket. However, smaller satellites made by Indian private firms and startups have been launched by the Falcon 9. About GSAT 20, it was recently named as GSAT N2. The satellite weighing 4700 kg offers an HTS capacity of nearly 48 Gbps and has been specifically designed to meet the demanding service needs of remote and unconnected regions. GSAT 20 is also NSIL's second fully funded satellite mission. GSAT 20 will operate in the Ka band spectrum and provide high throughput satellite capacity primarily for broadband connectivity and cellular backhaul services. Its coverage zone spans the entire Indian mainland and the island chains of Andaman, Nicobar, and Lakshadweep. About Ka band or Ka band, the Ka band refers to the radio frequencies ranging from 27 to 40 GHz. The band allows high speed satellite data transfer with wide coverage through focused spot beams. Study of God of Chaos or Chaos. Study of God of Chaos asteroid. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration (NASA) has launched a spacecraft to study asteroid Apophis. Apophis, also called the God of Chaos, is likely to fly close to Earth on April 13, 2029 and will be only 20,000 miles away, which is closer in comparison to a few man-made satellites and will be visible in the eastern hemisphere. Apophis was discovered in 2004 and the asteroid was gained notoriety as one of the most hazardous asteroids that could impact Earth. It is a near Earth object NEO estimated to be about 1115 feet 340 meters across. Osiris Rex spacecraft. To analyze Apophis, a rare cosmic encounter, NASA has redirected the Osiris Rex spacecraft that recently returned from the asteroid Bennu. Osiris Rex had carried out a 7-year journey to bring us a sample of asteroid Bennu. The Osiris-Rex spacecraft is now renamed as the OSIRIS-APEX. Origins, spectral interpretation, resource identification, and security of a Apophis Explorer. Apophis Explorer. In a statement on December 22nd, 2023, NASA officially relaunched OSIRIS-APEX to observe Apophis. The spacecraft finding will give insights into planets' formation and how solar system debris evolved into the world. Omicron subvariant JN1. Recently in December 2023, researchers at the University of Tokyo predicts that the Omicron subvariant JN1 BA.2.86.1.1 is poised to become the dominant lineage of the SARS-CoV-2 virus worldwide. Towards the end of November 2023, JN1 suppressed HK3 in France and Spain. The emergence of the Omicron subvariant JN1 has raised concerns due to its unique mutation in The spike protein, specifically the L455S, referred to as a F-lip mutation or flip mutation. Evolution from BA2.86 lineage to JN1. JN1, an offshoot of the BA2.86 lineage, swiftly gained dominance globally, characterized by its spike protein mutation and surpassing other Omicron sublineages like EG5.1 and HK3. It's noteworthy that JN1 rise doesn't inherently denote increased danger but rather reflects the virus' natural propensity to mutate, insights, and transmissibility. Research from Peking University in the Lancet Infectious Disease revealed that GN1 with the L455S mutation rapidly dominated over its predecessor 2.86. International Mega Science Project SCA. Recently, in December 2023, India has formally joined the world's largest radio telescope project called the Square Kilometer Array Observatory SKAO. SKO. The Union Cabinet has approved for contributing rupees 1250 crore to this multinational initiative which includes over 16 nations. The SKAO project will be developed by 16 nations: India, Australia, South Africa, Canada, China, Japan, South Korea, United Kingdom, Portugal, Spain, Switzerland, France, Germany, and Netherlands, Sweden, and Italy. The development of the SKAO telescope will mainly take place in Australia and South Africa. About Square Kilometer Array Observatory SKAO, the Council approved the installation of the Square Kilometer Array Observatory, the world's largest radio telescope, in February 2021. The Square Kilometer Array Observatory SKAO is not one telescope but a network of thousands of radio antennas spread across vast distances in Australia and South Africa. When complete, it will be the largest and most powerful radio telescope on Earth. The SCA telescope will be built in two phases in both places. The first phase of the construction of ISCA 1 began in December 2022. The complete ISCA telescope are expected to begin operations by 2029. The project aims to build the world's largest radio telescope spanning over a square kilometer that will help in mapping out and studying all visible galaxies to the edge of the universe in detail, which never has been done. It will be 50 times more sensitive than any other radio telescope or radio instrument. India's role in SKAO. India's main contribution to SKA is the creation and management of the telescope manager component, also known as the neural network or software that powers the telescope. NCRA is a unit of the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research TIFR, which operates India's largest network of radio telescope called the Giant Meter Wave Radio Telescope GMRT near Pune. WHO pre-qualifies a second malaria vaccine. Recently, the WHO added the R21 Matrix M malaria vaccine developed by Oxford University and manufactured by Serum Institute of India to its list of pre-qualified vaccines. Key highlights: in October 2023, WHO had recommended its use for the prevention of malaria in children following the advice of the WHO Strategic Advisory Group of the experts SAGE SAGE on immunization and the Malaria Policy Advisory Group. The R21 vaccine is the second malaria vaccine pre-qualified by WHO following the RTS SAS01 vaccine, which had obtained pre-qualification status in July 2022. It added the both vaccines have been shown to be safe and effective in clinical trials for preventing malaria in children. The pre-qualification means larger access to vaccines as a key tool to prevent malaria in children, with it being a prerequisite for vaccines procurement by UNICEF and funding support for development by Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance. In 2022, there were an estimated 249 million malaria cases in the world and 6,08,000 malaria deaths across 85 countries. Achieving WHO vaccine pre-qualification ensures that vaccines used in global immunization programs are safe and effective within their conditions of use in the target health programs, targeted health systems. NOMA, NOMA, as a neglected tropical disease. Recently, World Health Organization WHO added NOMA to its list of neglected tropical disease entities, underscoring the urgent need to address this health challenge and allocate resources for prevention and treatment. Next, we will discuss the environmental affairs overview on the events of environmental importance in the country and abroad and the activities of various organizations related to global environment. After that, we will discuss UP current affairs, focus on political, social, religious, educational events of the state and various ministries. Let us begin the environmental current affairs. Dibrigarh Wildlife Sanctuary includes Swadesh Darshan 2.0. Recently, in January 2024, Dibrigarh in Bargarh and Khinda in Sambalpur have been included in the Ministry of Tourism's revamped Swadesh Darshan 2.0 HD 2.0 scheme, which aims at developing destination tourism in the country. Swadesh Darshan scheme, it was launched in 2015 by the Ministry of Tourism to develop sustainable and responsible tourism destinations in the country. It is 100% centrally funded scheme. Under the scheme, the Ministry of Tourism provides financial assistance to state governments or union territories for development of tourism infrastructure in the country. The Ministry of Tourism has revamped its Swadesh Darshan scheme as Swadesh Darshan 2.2 HD 2.0 for development of sustainable and responsible tourist destinations covering tourism and allied infrastructure, tourism services, human capital development, destination management, and promotion backed by policy and institutional reforms. About Dibrigarh Wildlife Sanctuary, the Dibrigarh Wildlife Sanctuary declared a wildlife sanctuary in 1985 as per ENVI's INVIS is located in the Bargarh district in the Indian state of Odisha, covering a total area of 346.91 km square. It is situated near the city of Sambalpur's Hirakund Dam, Mahanadi River. The sanctuary is home to more than 40 species of mammals, 334 species of birds, 334 species of birds, 41 species of reptiles, 41 species of reptiles, 12 species of amphibians, 12 species of amphibians, 42 species of fishes, 42 species of fishes, 39 species of odonates, 39 species of odonates, 85 species of butterflies, 85 species of butterflies, and is important internationally because of significant population of leopard, bison, and chausinga. The four-horned antelope or chausinga, that is deer, as it's called, is one of the endangered animals also inhabits its sanctuary. 28 Conference of Parties to the UNFCCC. Recently, 28th session of the Conference of Parties COP28 to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change UNFCCC were held. COP28 held at Dubai, United Arab Emirates. COP28 held on November 30, 2023 to December 12, 2023. COP29 will be held in Azerbaijan November 2024. COP30 will be held in Brazil 2025. Key highlights: loss and damage. COP28 saw a landmark agreement to support vulnerable nations facing the worst of climate change impacts. A geographically diverse board will be established and the fund will be initially managed by the World Bank. The first pledges from wealthy nations were made in Dubai to support the fund and currently total over $650 million. Climate finance target. Progress was finally made on the new collective quantified goal NCQG, which builds on $100 billion pledged by developed nations to finance climate mitigation and adaptation initiatives in developing nations. Notably, that $100 billion goal has not yet been met, although it appears on track this year and is far short of what is needed. COP Conference of Parties saw an agreement to draft a post 2025 finance target ahead of COP29. Global stock take text and fossil fuels. The text mentions the projection of peak global emissions between 2020-25, alignment around emissions reductions consistent with the goal of limiting warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels and reaching net zero by 2050, now made explicit. India led initiatives at COP28, Global River Cities Alliance GRCA. Global River Cities Alliance GRCA, led by the National Mission for Clean Ganga NMCG under the Ministry of Jal Shakti Government of India, was launched at COP28, the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. It was launched with the countries namely India, Egypt, Netherlands, Denmark, Ghana, Australia, Bhutan, Cambodia, Japan, and river cities of The Hague, Den Haag from the Netherlands, Adelaide from the Australia, and Sajolnok of Hungary. Jolnok or Sajolnok, S will be silent, Jolnok of Hungary. Along with these countries' international funding agencies, the World Bank, Asian Development Bank ADB, and Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank AIIB, and knowledge management institutions like KPMG entering into the partnership, widely expanding the reach of the existing River Cities Alliance RCA formed by NMCG Namami Ganga in association with National Institute of Urban Affairs NIUA in 2021. GRCA is a unique alliance covering 275 plus global river cities in 11 countries, international funding agencies, and knowledge management partners, and is first of its kind in the world. Since its inception, RCA has expanded to include 143 member cities in India, including the city of Aarhus, Denmark, and has emerged as a catalyst for key frameworks for sustainable urban river management. Green Credit Initiative. PM Narendra Modi announced the launch of the Green Credit Initiative at COP28 summit, which was backed by multiple world leaders at the meeting. The Green Credit Initiative was first introduced by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change on October 13, 2023. There are two main priorities of the initiative: water conservation and afforestation. Under this scheme, green credits will be assigned to specific environmental activities and will be treated as tradable commodities. These green credits will be able to be sold on domestic market platform. COP28, COP29 hosting. COP29 host Baku in Azerbaijan will host COP29, avoiding an extension of the UAE presidency and a conference location in Bonn, Germany. Cyclone Michong. Recently, Cyclone Michong, pronounced Migjom, made landfall over Nellore in Andhra Pradesh as a supercyclonic storm. Originated from Bay of Bengal, name suggested by Myanmar. Why was Mechong named so? In 2000, a panel of World Meteorological Organization (WMO), together with members of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission, prepared the list of names of tropical cyclones in the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea to be given from the September 2004 season. The name of the cyclone Michong was proposed by Myanmar, which signifies reliance, which signifies resilience and fortitude. This is the sixth cyclone to develop in the Indian Ocean this year and the fourth to form the Bay of Bengal. Fourth to form in the Bay of Bengal. For example, after Michong by Myanmar, the next five cyclones will be called Remal, Oman, Asna, Pakistan, Dana, Qatar, Bengal, Saudi Arabia, and Shakti, Sri Lanka. The Global Climate 2011-2020. Recently, the World Meteorological Organization WMO has published a report titled The Global Climate 2011-2020, a decade of acceleration, concerning the alarming acceleration of climate change and its multifaceted impacts across the planet. Key findings are: it was the warmest decade on record by a clear margin for both land and ocean. Global mean temperature for the period 2011 to 20 was 1.1 plus minus zero point 0.12 degrees centigrade above the 1850 to 1900 average. This is based on the average of six data sets used by WMO. The warmest 6 years on the record globally were between 2015 and 2020. The warmest years of the decade were 2016 because of the strong El Nino event, and 2020. The largest positive anomalies for the decade in place more than 2 degrees centigrade above the 1981 to 2010 average were in the Arctic. The warmest years of the decade were 2016 because of the strong El Nino event, and 2020. The largest positive anomalies for the decade in places more than 2 degrees centigrade above the 1981 to 2010 average were in the Arctic. The decadal global average CO2 during 1991 to 2000 was 361.7 ppm. During the decade 2001 to 2010 it was 380.3 ppm, while in 2011 to 2020 it rose to 402 ppm. Ocean warming rates for the upper 2000 meter depth reached rates of 1 plus minus zero point 0.1 Wm2 over the period 2006 to 2020. It reached a record high in 2020. In any given year between 2011 and 2020, approximately 60% of the surface of the ocean experienced a heat wave, the 3 year having the highest average of days with marine heat waves were 2016, 61 days 2020, 58 days 2019, 54 days. Global mean Sea temperature, sea level rise is accelerating largely because of ocean warming and the loss the loss of land ice mass. Global mean sea level rise is accelerating largely because of ocean warming and the loss of land ice mass. After that, we will discuss the Uttar Pradesh current affairs, focus on political, social, religious, educational events of the state and various ministries. First topic will be Ayodhya Ram Mandir. After that, we will discuss UP build India's first AI cities at Lucknow. After that, we will discuss Maharshi Valmiki International Airport, Ayodhya Dham, Sri Ram Airport, Ayodhya Dham, Amrit Bharat Express, 10 crore beneficiary of Ujjwala Yojana, Ram Van Gaman Path, Industrial City of Bundelkhand. Uttar Pradesh became country's only state to have 5 international airports. UP Pavilion will be displayed for the first time in the WEF meeting, World Economic Forum, Health ATM, International Potato Center Region Office, International Potato Centers Regional Office, Uttar Pradesh First Advanced Pediatric Center, country's first all girls Sainik School, Swarveda Mahamandir, UP backs status of Achievers State in Leeds Survey Report 2023, Kashi Tamil Sangamam, Tribal Museum will be built in Sonbhadra and Maharajganj. Soumya Mathur becomes the first woman general manager of Northeastern Railway, state's first sheep goat rearing training center, first time settlement scheme, Aqua Park in Gorakhpur, free LPG cylinder refill redistribution campaign. After that, we will discuss the short news. Brief note on persons in news, places in news, organizations, institutions, exercise and operations, awards, important days and weeks, books and authors, etc. At the last, we will discuss sport news. धन्यवाद.